call it.
Sure have a nice time of it, Commander. Who's it gonna be? That elf girl is cute. I mean, you know, not that I'm really looking.
Oh, I get it. Well, I'm looking at you, Wildcat, but they didn't offer that to me. No humans allowed, it says. So what do you think, Henry?
I envy you, Commander. You 4 women here begging to make her yours. Bloody hell. I wish I were a dragon knight.
Why is it lagging now? I don't get it.
Shopping for a spouse, are we, Commander? I wonder what the return policy on these princesses is. No refund after they've been used?
Wow, Edmund dealing it out again. And I think I know her opinion already.
This is all too disgraceful. Parading these women around like prize cattle. Whatever happened to marrying for love? What happened to respect? Outrageous.
I agree to some degree. Yeah, let's check the engineering bay first. Hey, hi! So what did happen?
Oh dear, oh dear. A ravishing imp princess was on her way to the Raven, Commander. But she and her chambermaids were playing hide and seek the lit fuse aboard her transport ship. And, well, they didn't find it in time. Died a true imp's death, though. Blasted to smithereens, fireworks in the sky. I'm happy for her, really.
I understand that you're happy for her, but I wanted to marry them, girl. Come on. Whatever. Gumio.
Jingling bells, my lord. The ship is full of youthful beauty. A singing ship, a wise old wizard, 4 princesses. It's like a fairy tale in here. No imp.
Yeah.
My lord.
Let's see the research stuff. We can now research everything, is that correct? Yeah. I would love to have one of these ships. We could go with the ironclad. I think it's good to have that. It's a ship option. The other ones have ships. We buy that research. Okay, so, you have anything more to tell me while still occupying my chamber?
All this lovey-dovey stuff is wasted on me, Commander. But you go ahead and see who takes your fancy. Elf, dwarf, lizard, undead. They are all represented.
Okay, whatever. I will do it. But no complaining later! So... You're the one my favorite general likes. You have no shoes. But she doesn't either, and I'm not sure she has. I should maybe marry the dwarf, just because there are so many dwarf areas on the island and so less undead areas. But the undead is kind of hot. Hot bones. Ophelia. Camilla. Let's see what you have to say.
Come on, up you stand, back straight, chin high. The commander is here.
I agree, I'm here.
No, you are not daydreaming, Commander. This is not a mirage that would trick your eyes. This unearthly beauty is real, and her name is Lohana, princess of all elves. The fairest fruit ever plucked from our green mother's world.
Okay.
I'll give you a moment to compose yourself, for not many can gaze upon her and be undaunted by the sight of purity perfected.
Whoop. Drop. Drop. Damn American games. No fun in American games. Ah.
But the best reason of all. Love. Or so I hope. I have heard of your deeds and seen your portrait. Ever since, I admit I've been quite smitten with you, and when news of impending nuptials reached my dainty ears, I made certain Oberon would move mountains to ensure I'd get a chance to meet you.
Aww, she likes me. That's cute. Maybe I could like her too. little much flowers. I think it's the one the game wants me to pick, and I'm sure it's not the one the viewers maybe. It's not very interesting for a first playthrough, because it's usual and all the others seem so different. But she makes a good point.
I know the very idea of love is often met with sardonic laughter in royal circles, where it is derided as a pleasantry that peasants may indulge in. But I
Oh,
would not have it so. Let love be your reason too, O dragon, should you contemplate our union. If not, I think I would rather not be chosen.
that's a very fundamental thing to say.
Now, dear, don't put the commander on the spot.
Whoa.
He's already head over heels in love with you, no doubt. As are all who have taken but a single look at you. Think of elven interests. We would have the dragon as our closest ally.
Yeah. Prospera, what do you have to say? Can I talk to her alone?
Come on, up you stand. Back
Okay, get it. Okay, Prospera?
What a strange day this must be for you, Commander. Now having to receive princesses who are strangers to you and choose which one of them you would spend your life with.
That's true. You actually often make a lot of good points, and then I still have to decide against you, and I'm very sorry for that actually. And she looks cool. And I kind of need to make up with the lizardmans too. I wish there were some more undead countries, but the only undead country is the capital of my enemy. I don't like that. Yeah, shake it. Okay, tell me more.
Strange for the princesses themselves too, Prospero. For they are put on display like cows on the market. And I am not a cow, kind sir. I am Camilla, a princess, rather reluctant to take part in this charade, but willing to do so for the benefit of all lizards.
Oh god, she gives me this Katharina shit. Don't give me that Katharina shit. You don't have to be slimy like the elven girl, but don't give me that Katharina shit. God damn it. You would like to marry me?
To be perfectly frank, I don't know if I really do.
I agree, I don't... That's okay to say, but what you did before, that was the Katharina stuff.
Your Highness, please forgive her, Commander. Nerves, you see. One, there is nothing to forgive, and two, I am calm as a frozen lake, so hold your tongue, Counselor.
Well, she gives it to her.
Now then, let me elaborate. Unlike those other girls I've seen shipped here by their aspiring ambassadors, I am not one who spends her days in palace rooms having her nails tended to. I've studied law and am now Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of my native land.
Okay, so that means you don't wanna hang out here?
I am a woman of the world, Commander, knowledgeable of matters of state. A royal marriage such as ours would constitute a political bond, not an amorous one. Though perhaps in time a reasonable amount of endearment may bloom. Wonders never cease, do they not?
Well, you know, you lizard girl, and I'm dragon commander. So, that's halfway there, isn't it?
Lizard and dragon. It would be an advantageous union. Think on it, Commander.
We think alike,
The ambition
baby.
I have compels me to hope I will be your cow. Or should I say choice?
Well, she and me, we kind of think alike. I was just saying it, she says it too. Okay. But, this Katharina attitude. Not cool. Sir Falstaff Silverwing.
It's your lucky day, Commander, for I have with me the famed beauty Ida, Princess of Hammerdale. Dwarves have come a-courting her from each part of the realm, clad in solid golden belts, beset with diamonds, wielding axes so sharp they can cleave rock. Bold warriors that alone could face an army, but none has laid claim to that purest of rubies that is fair heart.
She has tattoos. Cute. And I can clearly see her advantages. Tell me more.
All right, Falstaff, put a sock in it. I'd rather see you drink than drivel. Coming of a dwarf.
She's right. Fuck you.
Yes, well, there you have it, Commander. Lady Ida. To her very good health, I say, and your future happiness. I'm sure it'll be a blissful reunion.
Okay. Blissful, would you agree?
Why, yes, my little dandelion. What woman in her right mind wouldn't want to marry an emperor? 'Tis a right treat that you're not so bad looking either. But power, my lad, that is why we do it. The power of the dragon.
Well, she's frankly honest, and she's kinda hot for being so short. I'm not so into boobs, but I'm pretty much into glasses. And red hair is okay too.
Me? I do have a few personal stakes in this as well, though. My father, see, may the plague wither his pepper, is
Okay.
a right old rotter whose company I'm desperate to escape. Put a wedding ring on my finger, and your ship will be my home. I'm sure we'll get on like two pups a play.
What? What? Okay, so she doesn't like her daddy. So, you, my friend, what do you have to tell me?
Grace to you, Commander. For today they bring before you Ophelia, daughter of Everking, sovereign of the Skeleton Spire. More splendid princess is not to be found. Marry her, and the gods themselves will bless your union.
The gods bless our reunion, and how's with her? Not very talkative.
Go on, girl.
Oh.
Don't be shy. Answer the dragon.
My lord and emperor, I stand here before you because I was bid to, and thereby was I blessed. I am not worthy of your love, but should you choose to honor me with marriage, I should take it as a sign the seven still savor my soul, and it will be my unwavering endeavor to earn the trust and affection you would bestow upon me. Grace be unto the gods and unto you, my sire and king.
Does that sound a little bit like she learned it?
Well said, my dear. That settles it, does it not, Commander? How can any man even contemplate the hand of another woman when he has met fair Ophelia?
She seems a little shy. Okay, no matter what my favorite general says, you out. And your daddy issues. But the glasses. But your daddy issues, you're out too. Ah, sorry. You're a little shy, and I like that. I like a little shy girls. And he seems very desperate. But you have only one province, and it's not under my... it's the capital of my strongest enemy. And you have a lot of provinces I could easily capture. But you give me that Kazarina bullshit. Damn it. Camilla, Ophelia. Camilla, Ophelia. I should sink away in the political marriage department. You win. In the personality department, you win. In the clothing style department, you win. And in the body figure department you win. Also, I'm not really sure how they want their emperor to reproduce with an undead. On the other hand, you have the gods on your side. But you have Prospero, she makes some good points, and he's usually a freak. So that maybe makes you a freak too. Oh man. And maybe I want to do a second playthrough. Do I want to do a second playthrough? Depends on how the game goes. Do I need a second Katharina? I refused equal payment for women, so I should now at least show off that I still respect women by marrying someone who has work. But I don't want her, my wife, to hang out all the time in the Supreme Court and not on my ship. Come on. Don't you have something to say to the...
Lovey-dovey stuff is wasted on me, Commander.
Ah, fuck you.
You go ahead and see who takes your fancy. Elf, dwarf, lizard, undead. They are all represented.
To take my fancy. Okay, come on.
Wonderful. Who is the lucky lady?
Camilla. Camilla wins, come on.
A special lady, isn't she? Gifted with great intellect like many of her kind, and just as headstrong.
Yeah, they are all headstrong, but I like Edmund, and I like their counselor. I'm sorry I can never make decisions for them, so let's give him that. Makes him happy a little.
Allow me to be the first to heartily congratulate you, Commander. I will make discreet arrangements for her stay and the departure of the others. All will have been taken care of when you will return from the battlefield.
Very good. So now back to the battlefield. What our move speed today? So we conquered this territory and now have a war factory here. I think our defense here is strong enough for the moment, more or less. I kind of want this imp territory too. There are troopers here, too. Here is another war factory, 2 troopers and a transport. Another 2 troopers. Dwarves doesn't like us, imps like us, but here's not a lot of income in the imp countries, but a lot of science, which makes sense. The elves have less science, more income it seems, and the dwarves have a lot of income. But they don't like us. So how about we load in one of our armors to get to... Ow! Ah, got that in. So, one of our armors get here. And then we load on one of our hunters to move here. And then we produce a few units here because, well, because we don't want to get our ass kicked by this guy here. Who still has no transports here, so we are relatively safe. But he has 8 hunter units. 6 trooper units, okay. Crazy. We for sure will not be easy to invade that easily. So you have you have nothing loaded, okay. So you move back to our home. Of course we could take over this imp island. But there are fighting boats, I don't like that. Could have gone here, but now it's too late. They will like us better soon, so that would have been a good pickup. I think nobody can stop us from going here and here at the moment. Ah, we can't go here, okay. So let's, how do we separate the stack? Can I somewhat only move a few of them? Yeah, okay. Okay, so one of you goes over here. And the rest of you dudes moves over here. So I don't really have transports near, so I'll just move in some troops and contest these territories. Looks good so far. Red one is holding back a little. And how this turn plays out, we will see in the next episode of Dragon Commander.